Okay. Coming to that, so he was actually totally forgot about this. So if that's how you can complete tasks, it's pretty easy. One thing that JT was saying was, so on the home module, he wanted to actually see more information for the task module. Each module, if you go to your settings, which for each user is different, you can make the modules bigger, and as they get bigger, they show more information because they can actually fit more information in the fields. So like tasks and whatnot, if you make them the full length, they'll show a lot more information than if it's half the page. Then we're going to get to calendar, which is the new calendar. So things are color-coded. It's going to be hard to see on probably a projector like the green, but you can read it on a computer fine. This is your individual calendars. This defaults to each user, which you can select between all your users or everybody. So if you want to see what everybody's doing, you can see. Blue, which is, we only have one project, is right here, is going to be your project. So this is going to, all your projects and dates will show where the project actually is. You can hide that if you want to, so that way you can just see, so anything from like hiding project end dates, hides them. The events are the same as the old, so there's still appointments and then office events. So office events are going to be for everybody in your company, so that it'll appear on everybody's calendar. Appointments are only going to show up for you on your calendar, and whoever, well, anybody's calendar. If it's for them, it'll show up on their calendar. We'll just make one real quick. So this is all through Streamline only at the moment. It will later on be tied into like Google. Yep. This is our testing environment. The calendar button will be available after I'm done with it. Yeah, so right now you can't actually see it. It'll be available here in about 20 minutes or so. It doesn't really help since you can't really read it. So adding events really easy. You just hit the button. You'll fill out the information such as like the time of day, like if it's all day, if not, what time. If it's an appointment, you select who it's for. And then there's access, which is public or private. If it's public and someone views your calendar, they will see it. If it's private and they view your calendar, they can't see your appointment. So if you want to say you have to meet someone but don't want anybody else to know that that's where you're going, for some reason, you can do that. We'll just make, so most of the time they're going to be pretty basic. I'm just gonna, yep.
Is there a way to link it to your calendar?
That's what we were just talking about. Once everybody gets moved over, and we can do an update that actually lets us tie into everything, that'll be part of it. So once you add it, it just goes right in there. So orange is office events. The dark blue is going to be appointments. Green, which is the tasks, which is so any task for that person, or if you're on all users, will be for everybody. So like if it's Hyatt, you only see what is pertinent to him. So then we also have, if you have a lot of information, so Tyler was saying that sometimes they have 10 events in a day, the box is able to be, you can scroll through it, but if you just want an overview, just click the day, and then a little pop-up will come up and it'll have tasks as one line, all the events, and then if there's a project, and then you can actually go through, get the basic information and view it, or if it's a project, go directly to the project page. So it's pretty good. It works fast. It doesn't actually take a long time to load, which is helpful. And then once we actually get later on and everybody moved over, we'll try working on getting it tied into Google iCalendar and the other main ones. The SEO part is where we'll go to next. So On each project, we were talking about how each project should have its own SEO information. So on the project, at the bottom is a custom fields. This is where you're going to put SEO description and SEO keywords. So that was the description's the less than 180 characters. And then the keywords are 5 short words or phrases. Also, if you have pixel code from Facebook for a specific project, you can put it the whole code. You type it in and just paste it in there. You don't have to worry about calling us. Just save it and you're done.
Awesome.
Yep.
I have a word of advice. You want to make sure you put the right pixel code in there, and I had to get that from you guys.
The right pixel code?
Like, the old pixel code used to just be a bunch of numbers, but now it's...
Oh, the ID. Yeah, they used to make an ID. Now it's a whole code snippet.
Yeah. So, and I couldn't find that on Facebook. I had to get you guys.
Yeah, you have to actually generate it, which is, if you Google like Facebook pixel code, you have to go through some steps. But yeah. And then for your company, so when you first move over to the new one, I don't know how many people have actually done this, which we try to tell everybody. You have a company info section. This is just your basic company info. Fill this out. Because like your contact form, they won't be able to reach you if you don't have a valid email address in there. It just won't go anywhere. This is how they're going to get on your website. Anywhere your phone number displays or your address, all of it comes from here. So please fill it out. It's important.
That's something to that.
Yep.
Maybe we talk about that later, but we have multiple offices, so putting multiple office information on there is hard.
Yeah. So right now we just have one phone number, one company. We're going to look into that because some people have like 4 and some people have a few more. So we'll have to figure out where we would put that information in. But we're working on that. As far as the SEO goes, under website, there's a site settings. This is 90% of what, when you switch to it, the stuff that you can do that will change. So while I wouldn't mess with your template necessarily unless we've made the CSS colors and stuff for you, because if you change it, it will look like MarkNet, which not everybody wants that to happen. We have a few things. So we've also added, so like number of slider projects is how many will actually display on your slider. So some people want 5, they all go up to 20. Don't recommend doing 20 because if people on your phone are going to have a slower experience because it has to load all your photos and stuff. So try not to do the max on every category. If you want to hide, like some people just want the slider and they don't want the upcoming project slider, you can actually, if you set it to 0, they disappear. So if you don't want recent projects showing up on your website, just set it to 0. It disappears from your website. You don't have to worry about it. Your Facebook pixel, that is for everything. Like the general one is going to be right here. You put that in there as well. And at the bottom is the important one with your company's main SEO description and keywords. So this is what would be on your homepage and what would drive probably most of your traffic. So these would be where you have to give the most thought and don't just throw whatever in. Actually do relevant information to your company. And then the projects will override that on the project pages.
And you're saying on the SEO keywords, Austin, that you just use 5 or 6?
Yeah, use 5 or 6. Now they don't. You can have like farm equipment. That's 1, and it's comma separated. So like farm equipment, comma tractor could be your second.
But what we want to think about is what people will go on.
What if someone's Googling for you what you want to show up? So you probably would put auction in there. Seems pretty safe for most people. Some people would put like real estate. That would be another one. And then your description should mimic, like almost use the keywords, not necessarily use them, but if you put in real estate, your description should have something to do with that. Don't just say I'm real estate and then say in your description I sell farm equipment, because they don't really mean anything. But yeah, that's it. One thing, just as because we're here, I don't know if we mentioned the tools. We do have in SAM, if you have a whole bunch of photos you take at one time and you can't upload them to SAM because they're over a megabyte, you can just go in here. Oh, too far. Upload all your photos. It will resize them. You can download it and upload it straight to SAM. It'll keep the file name so you don't have to go to like another website and do all that. Just put it in. It'll keep the quality. Don't have to do anything else, and you're good to go.
The speed of this is determined by your internet connection.
Yeah, so it will, yeah, you'll watch them, they'll download, just let it do its thing if you have a lot. I've put in over 1,500 photos and no issues, so photo limit shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, that's about it. Any questions for the new Streamline? Bye.
You want to touch on multiple tasks?
Oh, yeah, totally forgot about that. So we're going to go, so if you go to your tasks, there's a bulk task option. So a group is going to be, so this is what, if you want it for everyone, you would just make like my bulk task, but some people like for auction have tasks just for auctions, and the other is going to be real estate, so that way you can choose between them. But then what you do is, so when I select my auction under bulk tasks on the project, which I'll show you that, all the tasks that I created for this, it will send out automatically, and you actually choose who they go to. So whenever you make it, it's the same screen as the other tasks, and they save. So that's how you make these, and then you choose the due date from the project date. And then on the project page, let's see, we're doing bulk task. Trying to remember where I put bulk tasks. Don't remember. Oh wait, what am I doing? No, it's not on the project info page because I moved it. It is under tasks. So there's a send bulk task option. You select which one you would want. So for you, Tyler, it'd be just like general. You hit edit and send. This is going to show all the tasks that you create. So you can actually change who you assign it to if you want to add an attachment or whatnot. Remove it completely if it doesn't pertain to this particular one. And then just hit assign, and all the tasks go out at one time. So that, for you, you would make what you're going to do, come in here, send it. Then they'll all go out every time. Yeah. Anything else? Questions? Comments? Great. Yes. Hi, you look very questioning something. You look very...
What is that you got under right now?
This is your bulk task for the project, so when you're about to send out your bulk tasks for a project.
That's when you're assigning them, not when you're loading.
Correct. So this is whenever you've already created your task for the bulk tasks.
Yeah.
This is when you'd actually send them out.
We're just creating more work.
I can tell. You always do. Pied's going to talk about the bidding platform and the updates that have happened with it recently. And I'm just going to hand it over to him. Do you have a microphone?
Nope.
Chuck, you got that dog? Oh, it's up there. Never mind.
Wait, is there a way to force a project into